sounds great.
All right, everyone, welcome to Out and About. I am sitting here one day away from being cleared for surgery. And the irony is not lost on me that I have John Feitelberg in studio today to talk about the trashiest adult injuries. Why am I talking this cadence?
I don't know. I like it, though.
I don't know.
I also, like you saying you're one day away from being cleared for injury, it made me look down at your knee and see how close my foot is to it.
Touch it.
And I could make you not ready for surgery very quickly.
You boot my knee into existence. So yeah, I was thinking it's the day of reckoning for me tomorrow. I either get my surgery, which will happen next week, or I don't. And I was thinking about injuries and what it means to have an injury as an adult. And it means you're trash. It really doesn't matter what kind of injury it is, but there are levels to this shit, as they say. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of the trashiest adult injuries that you can get.
And I'm glad you touched on it too, because I was gonna make that very clear. Any injury at all is white trash. If you are an adult and you have a cast,
Okay.
fucking crutches,
Okay.
a knee brace, if you are an injured adult, you're a piece of shit.
But at what point does adulthood start? Because I feel like certain injuries,
30.
there's more leeway in terms of age with certain injuries. 40?
30, I said, but 30, and even that's late. I get, but like obviously
Post-college.
Adulthood doesn't start at 30, but like your 20s, you get enough leeway where you're like, yeah, you're in your 20s, you're fucking around. Like I was saying the other day, like your 20s are you're just falling down a tree, hitting a million branches, and then you land and you're like, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Word.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah. Like once you get on the other side of 30, then you're like, all right, I can slow down a little bit. But your 20s, you're just like.
And as a gay man, that just never stops.
Yeah.
Literally never stops. I just don't grow up.
But the like even 27, you can. Stuff happens.
I think it depends on the extremity. You have much more leeway with a broken arm than you do with a broken leg. Like if you're an adult with a broken leg, I remember growing up, one of our neighbors moms, who was like the neighborhood pothead mom, she was trash, she had a broken foot for the entire time I knew her. In a cast on crutches, and she'd come out and she'd yell for her kids, "Where are you?" So like that is disgusting.
If you're an adult and you got fucking signatures on your cast or something like that, I do want to give you your flowers here because you're spot on.
Yes.
With the arm versus the leg.
Yeah.
The arm is not great but acceptable. Broken ankle or something like that.
Yeah.
Torn ACL.
Torn ACL is on my list.
Torn
by the way.
ACL, at least like you were doing something.
Right.
You know what I mean? You were being athletic, most likely. Right. Like something happened. Whereas there are a lot of them that just kind of happen in the backyard or something like that.
Right.
And that's a lot different.
Yeah. Anything alcohol related.
Yes. Yeah.
If you have an injury that you don't remember, you don't deserve to wake up.
Which is like all of my injuries.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I broke a foot on a fence at the ice rink when I was drunk. When I was like 30. Like I was like fucking around on a fence like, ooh, and it collapsed and I was like, I was like, you ruined the game, dude. But yeah, so tomorrow I go in and they're going to tell me basically if I get surgery. I imagine I can. You have to be able to straighten your leg out completely, 100%, lock it. And then they want you to have as much like flexion as possible. But they really want you to just build up your quad strength enough because when you're out, you can't do anything.
Right.
Like at all. So they're going to take a piece of my quad, cut that out, and then make an ACL out of it, I guess.
Dude, how has this affected your life? Like, are you...
I don't want to... Actually, fuck that. I do want to be a victim. Give me all the attention.
How much different is your life today than it was a month ago?
I typically don't spend a lot of time in New York City. Like, I live here, I work here, but like I get my work done that requires me to be here, and then I can go work remote and do other things. I've spent more time in my apartment. I'm not even kidding. In the past 4 weeks, I've spent more time in my apartment than I have in probably the past 3 years.
Are you enjoying that?
I'm just buying things. It's like little things, like the bathroom door didn't shut right. So I had to like adjust one of the hinges to get it up a little, and then, well, it didn't stay open. So I wanted to put magnets on the backside of the door so it stayed open. And like, it's just little things. I didn't have a TV.
You're just a little DIY guy.
I'm doing a ton of DIY. I'm going to paint my kitchen cabinets.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing it all. I'm going to put a TV in my bedroom for when I get out of my surgery. It's like all these little things, they just add up. But it is nice because I guess I felt like this was going to happen regardless. Like I had been battling with like stiffness in my legs for like a year, probably just my age, maybe the amount of booze I've been drinking. But I would go.
All my joints are real stiff.
Yeah, but like I would stretch, I would do all these things, and no matter what I did, make sure I was warmed up before I played, my legs would always be tight as fuck. And it was like I was playing every time I was playing basketball, it was honestly like I was playing Russian roulette. I would stop and I would feel a twinge and I'd keep going. Or I'd pick someone, like the upper body is good, but it just, I feel like this is my body's way of being like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you didn't loosen up your knee and your hamstring, which has been tight for a year. We'll loosen it for you. Bump. And now I just got to do everything again.
That's what Segura says. Segura says that like that injury he had.
What was it? ACL?
I think he tore his MCL.
Yeah.
But then obviously fucked up his arm really bad too.
Right.
But I'm not positive what it was. But that was the same thing where he was that was 2020. Him and Bert. I think they were both pretty big guys, pretty out of it.
I can't even think of that video right now because it makes me want to. Mac, have you seen the video? We have Mac on the ones and twos today from Roxbury, dude. Have you seen that video of Tom Segura busting his knee out?
I think it's hard to find. I honestly don't think you'll be able to find it.
But it doesn't look that bad until he falls and you hear it.
Until you hear it, yeah. Until it's you realize it's bad with the arm.
Yeah.
But I think he attributes that to his turnaround.
Yeah.
He's obviously like in incredible shape now. And
right.
I think he was like, I once it happens to you, you realize like I can't keep living like this because that life won't be long.
Well, I just need to reframe how I think of fitness. Like you stopped drinking and you've gotten yourself in really good shape and like you take care of yourself. But the things you're doing to stay fit, you're not like going out and like battling with people in the post.
Yeah, right.
Like
right,
you're doing cardio, you're doing things that are easier on your body. You do the boxing, I think, things that are easier on your body. So I'm like, maybe do I just do swimming, do golf?
Bro, my mom's a huge swimmer. Swimming's hard as fuck.
I know.
I tried to do swimming as exercise one summer. I lived on the vineyard, and it was like I would swim for 20 seconds. And I'd be like, I can't do this anymore. It's like it's the most impossible exercise. But if you can do it, you got a body for it.
I'm built like a number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
I can pencil dive to like what's that deep cliff in the Pacific?
The Mariana Trench.
Yeah, I can pencil dive to the Mariana Trench. My body just sinks. I do not float at all. Yeah, I don't know. But
it is like. I don't like talking about it because I don't like people who talk about it. But like, if you just do it once a day, you don't have to go that hard.
Do what?
Just like exercise. Like just do like I don't have like a routine or anything like that. You just go do something, and it's really not like it takes 45 minutes a day maybe. And
they say if you don't want to do anything, you just go there.
Yeah,
even if it's 10 minutes and you just go.
Dude, I saw this is getting a little deep now, but I saw something the other day that like really kind of opened my eyes to it where. It was like, what do you have to do to fall asleep?
My God.
You got to pretend. You got to pretend to be asleep. You got to close your eyes and you got to lay there and you got to pretend you're asleep until you fall asleep. And it was like, that's how you have to do everything. You have to pretend that you're it.
Yeah.
Until you're it. And I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, I get that.
That's a great thing. And they say that especially with mental stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like fake yourself into being happy,
bro,
and you will be. This happened. I was like. I'm like buying books. I'm listening to fucking David Goggins. I'm doing it all. I'm like trying to get myself mentally right. And there are glimpses of I'll experience happiness for glimpses. And I'm like, what is going on right now? And one of the things I read in this book, it was like how to live like something and not worry or whatever. I was just laying there. I was like, let me read this. And it was like live each day in an airtight compartment, like a day tight compartment. So only focus on today. Mm-hmm. That's it. And it takes practice. It's not overnight, but don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Only focus on today. And I found myself worrying so much about this. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to die from a knee injury. It's going to suck for a while. But if you just do day tight compartments. I
think all the times I've been injured and had surgeries and stuff like that, like it is a great time to reevaluate everything. And you're just like, yeah, just like another phrase I guess we can say is what was someone had where it was like we don't have to just keep listing fucking famous quotes or inspirational quotes.
That's the show now.
But so
get used to it, ladies.
It was like if you had $24,000 and someone took $50, you wouldn't be like, I have no money now, but we'll have interactions in a 24-hour window that are like that fleeting, that quick, and we'll be like, that you'll let that ruin your day. And I've worked hard on that, on being like, I'm gonna stop letting this shit really fucking ruin my day. Like, yeah, I had a bad 20 minutes right there. That's fine. Bad 20 minutes happen. But not letting it spiral, I think, is
and
helpful.
That's called being mature. So Mac doesn't know it yet, but Mac, life gets a lot worse when you're in your 30s.
No,
our sweet
does
Mac
not
is
get
so
worse.
happy. He goes, what do you mean you have bad days?
On you,
buddy.
The commercials didn't work on you when you were a kid. The gay commercials. It gets better.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
It gets better. It gets better. You'll have a couple hard years. It gets better.
It'll get better. We're gonna get into our list of some injuries here. I think you ladies and gentlemen, will be able to relate to this. But first, I want to talk to you about Kraken. Listen, crypto and nightlife have a lot in common. Timing is everything. You got to know when to get in, and most importantly, you need to avoid the rug pulls. That's why Kraken is the only crypto exchange that we here on Out and About trust. They've got deep liquidity, a platform that actually works, and 24/7 real person support. No clownery, just real trades, real fast. And if you're looking to invest smarter, not harder, then make it insanely easy with DCA/dollar cost average with recurring buys. All you do is you link your account, set monthly purchases, weekly, daily, whatever you want to do, and then you forget it. Lower fees than card transactions, so there's no more I'll do it later excuses. So whether you're sending money to a friend, tipping your favorite creator, or splitting the bill after a wild night out, Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly with zero fees and over 300 plus cryptocurrencies available on Kraken. You've got plenty of options to stack, swap, and spend however you want. So whether you're out in the club, chilling on the couch with an ACL tear, or deep in a crypto rabbit hole, Kraken's got your back. Head to kraken.com/barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine through Payward Interactive Inc. Kraken. You got any crypto?
I do have crypto. I have a Bitcoin.
You have one Bitcoin?
That I bought a long time ago.
Damn. What year did you buy it in? So you're up 7,000%?
Probably like 2016, something like that.
Dude, you're in the money.
17, something like that.
Hell
yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to get it, but
yeah, it's probably locked. You'll probably never.
No, I don't count it as money I have, but I did buy one drunkenly at like 4 a.m.
Ah, yes.
In like 2016, something like
better
that.
Than mine.
Honestly, I didn't
better
know.
than mine other things at 4 a.m. 2016, John was buying other things. Let me tell you.
I was locked in on finance mode at that point.
Yeah. He's going, no, it's crypto. You got to buy the crypto.
By the way, Kraken is also a sponsor of Out of Order, which is coming out in 2 weeks. So,
all right.
I'm sorry, not Out of Order, Les Mascots. So please watch that. If you're listening to this, please set a calendar. August 19th, Les Mascots is out.
And that's going to be out all Barstool platforms.
It'll be on the Out of Order YouTube, and then I'm sure it'll be on Twitter.
It'll be everywhere. Give a quick. I've talked about it on here, but give a quick rundown to the Man Mafia what it is. 30-second pitch.
So it's just two unemployed actors who are Times Square Cookie Monster and Elmo, and my nephew, or one of the characters' nephews, comes to do a documentary on his famous actor uncle, who he's been telling his family that he's famous, comes to do a documentary on his famous actor uncle to realize that he is Times Square Cookie Monster. And then hijinks ensue.
Love it. I had he sent me the pilot. I was telling Owen and like the guys who work on it, you don't know what to expect when people do these scripted things.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit weird for me when I've seen scripted things and I know people in it and my friends are in it. I don't want to watch it. But out of respect for you, I watched it and it was great.
That's
like the story. It's all about like setting up the story. All the bones are there that it's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is going to be the issues. And it's funny and it's not overacted. And a lot of the stuff that I thought was great that you cut in was stuff that wasn't even scripted.
Yeah.
That you left in the pilot. I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
The pilot is very strong. I honestly think that
it's all downhill after the pilot.
It might be. I've seen the pilot and I've seen episode 2. Those are both. I think they are both good episodes of television. After that, I don't know, but I can sit here saying the first 2, I believe to be good episodes. We've actually changed the first one a good deal since you've seen it. So I'm going to send you an updated version. I'm interested to see what you say. I think the updated version is pretty much the final. So I'm going to send it to you. But
I want to play a gay bartender. That's it.
Dude,
really, like, I want, like, the mascots to go in, like, they have a bad day, they go into a bar, they don't know it's a gay bar, and then I turn around and I'm just the gayest man in the world behind the bar. I'm like, hey, queen.
When we started doing it, we got to make it feel different, and we like didn't want to have Barstool people in it. And then as the season progressed, not that we didn't want to have Barstool people in it, but we just didn't want it to be like, this is a Barstool show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we wanted it to feel a little unique and a little different. So there are some actors, some guest actors who were kind enough to give us their time. But then we want to have like a lot of Barstool people in it, obviously. Yeah. So that will be season 2, hopefully. If it doesn't fucking suck.
Love it. August 19th.
Which it might.
No, it's not gonna
no. Actually, I gotta.
And if it does, who cares?
I gotta stop saying it like that though, because I think like I don't want viewers to go in tense. Like, I hope they didn't fuck up, because I don't think we did. I think episodes 1 and 2, I don't think we fucked up.
You have some fucking confidence, man. What are you doing? It was great. I watched it. If it sucked, I would tell you.
I'm just nervous. I'm nervous.
It's like, understandably so. It's like Tyers-esque. Writing wise, like it had the similar, for me, it had a similar feel to Tyers.
It's Owen and Pavs, who are like, you know, the creators, the mind behind this, are both so talented that it's hard to watch it and not just see their talent.
Right.
Like, you know, Owen wrote it, Pavs edited, directed the whole thing. They make it watchable, and I think we don't ruin it. Yeah. So give it a try.
Some would say you even enhance it. Let's rip through these injuries. All right, top 10 trashiest adults injuries, which I realize is an oxymoron because all adult injuries are trashy. I'm going to kick off with number 10 right now. A torn ACL in a rival podcast basketball game. That is... practicing for a rival podcast basketball game. Anything to be in the mix.
That's
about a year and a half left on this deal. How many limbs do I have to give up for a lifetime contract? Got 2 shoulders and a leg.
And I'm pretending to be gay.
Yeah, exactly. You know how many dicks I've sucked to have this job? Yeah, I mean, listen, if you are playing sports, especially over the age of, 30, competitively, like I was, and you tear an ACL, that's trash.
But
know your limits.
It is trash, but I gotta tip my cap to you. Because despite everything we just said about how injuries kind of force you to reevaluate your life, you don't, and I respect that. Like you got a sports injury last year. You had a sports injury ruin your year last year.
Yeah. I had 9 months of good health, and then before that, it was a year and a half of the worst shoulder pain in the world.
Yeah,
which I hurt my shoulder boxing, and then I hurt it. No, I hurt it in basketball, then I hurt it in boxing, and then I hurt it skiing. And then I was like, well, I'm a little nervous about skiing, but I went with you.
You did.
And so then I bought a motorcycle because that's safer than skiing.
That honestly, like, yeah. I don't ever really feel bad for injuries. It's because you're going to be fine.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's a year. It's a bummer or whatever it is. But, like, ultimately, you'll be okay. I really did. This one punched me in the gut for you because I love the motorcycle content so much. And I knew how much you like doing it.
Oh, and I just gotten sponsored too.
You just gotten sponsored.
Oh, I was like, oh, it's
great. That one did. I felt really, really bad for you on that one.
And then I said, no, I got to get up there and practice so I can beat Matt from Providence in the post like a fucking idiot. Yeah, it's brutal. It happens. But in terms of trashiness, there are things that are so much trashier to get injured by as an adult.
That's true.
So, what do you got for number 10?
10's a broken neck.
Okay. You're talking like
just when you gotta move your whole body. It is funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that was more to tell a specific story about Fagawi. One time when I was very young, I was at a party at Fagawi, and someone broke their neck, and they did it diving into the pool, diving into the shallow end.
The most avoidable injury.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess but diving into the shallow end with breaking your neck, and then the entire party booed. Because it ruined the vibe so bad. Like you know when an
they're
athlete
trying to fill up their lungs with air to float to the top so they can survive. Were they paralyzed?
They're not paralyzed. They're fine. I actually don't even know them. I was just at the party. But like when an athlete gets carted off and they give the thumbs up and like the crowd cheers, as he was getting carted off, the party was just booing. And it's honest to God, soup to nuts. one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my life.
That's hilarious. That is so funny. That reminds me. I was in Fire Island. Probably, I think it was like peak COVID. We're like,
really?
Fuck it, let's go get a house. We went out to Fire Island and we walked in. There was probably 10 of us. Bunch of gay guys walk in. I was like, oh my God, it smells like gasoline in here. They were like, it's fine. I was like, it's not fine. I was like, it really smells like gasoline. On Fire Island, they have a volunteer fire department. They're there like half the time. The whole island is fucking wood.
Right.
If you sneeze on it the wrong way, it'll go up. So I was like, I'm going to go to the fire department. This isn't right. And they're like, don't go. We want to get in the pool. I was like, all right, fine. So we get in the pool. Everyone's hanging out, in and out of the house, you know, drinking, whatever. The smell gets worse. I was like, guys, this is giving me a headache. I need to go to the fire department. I go to the fire department. They come back. We had to evacuate the house. They go, if you guys went to sleep at night, you wouldn't have woken back up.
That same thing happened to my aunt.
Really?
Not it wasn't on Fire Island. It was at her house, just like where she lives. And same thing, arguing with her family. They were like, no, who cares, blah, blah, blah. She called the fire department. They were like, next week we would be finding your bodies.
Unreal.
If you didn't call us next week, we'd be finding your bodies.
But one of my favorite memories, this guy Brandon Kennedy, who I fucking love. He's just in his own world, like lawyer, super successful, but he's just like out there. And we were in the we were in the pool talking about like kids or something. And he comes up to us. This is before I go get the people who saved their lives. I was like, we were talking about kids with someone. He's like, oh, I have kids. We're like, what are you talking about, Brandon? We're like, you don't have kids. He goes, oh, no, I have 8 kids. We're like, shut up. He goes, yeah, no, I donated sperm. I have 8 kids. I was like,
way.
what? I go, are you going to let them meet you? He goes, they can meet daddy. And he just like sashayed away with a big bottle of champagne. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Unbelievable. So we have torn ACL. We have broken neck. Next, I'm going to go broken arm from a arm wrestling injury. That is going to add a layer of You ever see the videos where they go and it snaps?
Yes.
Oh my
the
God,
unwatchable
it's the worst.
videos.
It's the worst. Arm wrestling, broken arm. Because of arm, you need a cast. And like you said, if you have a cast and you're an adult, you're trash.
Yeah.
So that's my number 9.
Dude, arm wrestling. Where'd you even think of? What you been watching? What's the Stallone movie? The Stallone arm wrestling movie.
Stallone arm wrestling?
Yeah, there's a Stallone. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
No, you're good. There was my algorithm now, because I've been talking about injuries so much, is like people on the bench press and an arm snaps, or people going up to dunk and they land and their tibia snaps. If you have an injury, my advice to you, Man Mafia, is do not talk about it, because your phone will pick it up and it will feed you more fucking injuries. What do you got for this Stallone video?
So it's called Over the Top, 1987 movie. A tale in which a truck driver with a lucrative sideline in arm wrestling takes his estranged 12-year-old son on the road after the boy's mother falls seriously ill.
Imagine if I knew that. That is, okay.
Like, it's still Over the Top, of course.
There's going to be like 2 or 3 people at home right now who are like, I know exactly that movie. What do you got after arm wrestling?
Broken ankle trampoline.
Ooh, I had trampoline on mine. It's much higher though.
Dude, trampoline.
Yes.
Trampoline is just, it's such a sore spot for me as a human, because I grew up in an insurance household. My father sold insurance. My grandfather sold insurance.
Yes, of course.
Trampolines were not allowed in the home. Trampolines were like the one thing you couldn't have.
Well, that'll raise your premium.
Yeah, you couldn't drunk drive and you couldn't have a trampoline. Those are two.
Surprisingly, I was allowed to do both of those growing up.
Those were like my only 2 rules growing up. Don't get in a car drunk. Do not get on a trampoline. And I, for so many years, just thought of it like love lost. Like I just pined over the idea of having a trampoline. And now that I'm 36 and have never been on a trampoline in my life.
You've never been on one?
I don't think so. Maybe
get on a trampoline.
Like, I'm
just checking my hair.
Where would I have ever been on a trampoline? Like, I didn't have any friends who had one in their backyard.
It's the most fun. We had my brother and my neighbor Sully. The day that my brother got his license, they took the purple minivan, went to Walmart, got a trampoline, and backed it into Sully's driveway. And my mom was like, "What are they doing?" They set up the trampoline. Every single kid in the neighborhood got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, that's
my sister like brutally broke her leg, and then we would have fights on the trampoline. So we would go on, and someone would spray you with a hose, and you would just fight each other on the trampoline. So it'd be like Jared versus Sully, like brother fight, Patrick versus Ryan, and then like you would have the lower tier fighters. You'd have the Camerons, the Craigs, the Drews. You'd use them to kind of warm up to gear up to a Brendan.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you're crazy, you will get Jared. hard.
Did
But-
you guys do
Oh, it was great.
locker boxing? Like that's what we did. We would locker box instead of
What is that? It's like boxing in a locker?
you put on a hockey helmet or lacrosse helmet.
No, because we
happened
weren't
in high
hockey
school, but-
kids.
Yeah,
So we
that's
didn't
why
do
I
it.
wondered if that translated to other kids. Like we would just get into the garage, put on hockey gloves, put on a hockey helmet, and we just beat the fucking shit out
Oh
of each other.
yeah, we had a game where we had a zip line in our backyard. The game was called Hurricane, and my sister had a little the zip line like Russ gone 40 miles an hour. The zip line had in the path of the zip not that fast, in the path of the zip line there was a little plastic Fisher Price house, and we used to put as many kids as possible into the Fisher Price house, and then someone would go down on the zip line and try and knock it over with their feet or just tumble. But the trampoline we had up against the deck, so we would jump off of the deck onto the trampoline.
No
as like
way.
the entrance to the fight.
Dude, we had
Oh, it was great. It was great.
we had at my house, which is weird that I wasn't allowed to have a trampoline, but I did have a tree house. And then we would stack bags of leaves that like my dad had raked up under the tree house, and we would jump out of the tree house into the leaves.
Yeah.
And we would obviously the leaves would fly out of the bag and then go all over the yard
Because
again.
it's paper.
Yeah. But that was our trampoline, so to speak, because you could jump out of the treehouse.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever been on one. I'm sure I've been on those little small ones, but I don't think I've ever been on like a big one.
I went upstate to a friend's house, and they had a trampoline. I was like, ooh, let me hop on this. An hour, a year ago, rather. And I did like 3 jumps, and I was like, I do not know how anybody can handle this.
Right.
The amount of compression on my 30-year-old spine. I was like, oh my God. And then if your knees buckle as you're a kid, you're fine.
Yeah.
If my knee were to buckle getting out of this chair, I would jump in front of a train. The pain would be ridiculous. So trampoline was actually my number 6, but I will go with my number 8 right now, which is a chipped tooth.
Man, we're gonna have a very similar list.
Oh, we always do. We always do. You see someone with a chipped tooth. One of my buddies from home was a hockey player, got both of his teeth knocked out, and I went to go see him last time I was home, and we were just talking with his teeth were out. And I was like, Nick, you have no teeth. He's like, isn't it funny? I was like, it is funny. It's also the trashiest thing in the world. Especially if it's just like a half a chip.
Dude, but also hockey guys, you have obviously a lot of leeway. A hockey guy,
Yes.
it's the greatest thing you can have.
Oh, yeah.
Like David Pasternak's got his top 2 chipped. I think he said, I'm not fixing them. Like
Yeah.
As a hockey guy, it's almost like a soldier having like a war wound. It's
a badge of honor.
Of course. But anyone else, chipped tooth.
And if I don't want to make it about gender, but if you're a lady with a chipped tooth, sister, that's a number 1 injury on the trash list. Lady with a chipped tooth.
Any kind of chipped tooth is just like, come on, man, just get it fixed. You know what I mean? Like, and also because they start talking with a lisp, and you're like, that's just adding. Nate Bargatze has a joke about his cousin's wedding and how it was incredibly trashy that the DJ had one leg, and he's like, he was just DJing. He just had the radio on. So like in between, or maybe it was Pandora or whatever it was, but like in between
Pandora?
songs, commercials would play.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you'd be on a dance floor dancing, and the commercial would be on. You'd be like, what the hell is this? And by the way, what's up with the one leg? Like it wouldn't bother you until you had something else that pissed you off. Like, and what is this about? Yeah. That's what the lisp is, where it's like, I could deal with one of the things, but now that you have both, we got an issue here.
It's so funny. Do you remember my 30th birthday at that bar under my apartment on
Yes.
9th Avenue?
Vaguely, but yes.
I remember playing. I remember like, I'll get a playlist. I was not good at that, and I had I was like, just play Pandora. So at this party, every 4 songs, we'd have to listen to like ZipRecruiter. It's brought to, and I want to be like, dude. I remember Large being like, I have premium. Let me plug it in. I was like, it's fine. Oh, that's so funny. So torn ACL, arm wrestling, chipped tooth. You have trampoline.
Wait, no, I have to, because I think I got one more to give.
Yes, you do.
Tooth,
You
right?
do. You're right.
So this is staples in your head. Staples in your head. This is my own injury.
Visible staples with a shaved head.
I've had staples in my head that happened from a drunken injury. This was Newport. I disappeared from the bar, went to go get pizza. 4 a.m. My friends couldn't find me.
Is that what they're calling it?
No, that's what I went to get pizza.
Okay.
Maybe I got something else on the way, but
But she was hungry, believe it or not. Against all odds, she was able to muscle down a piece of pizza.
And then at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
they came out to look for me, and they're like, he said he went to Via Via, or actually I think he went to Hollywood Pizza, and they found me in a bush outside of it. We still don't know what has happened to this day. We don't know if I got bottled, which probably is not the case, or if I just hit my
bottled,
or if I just hit my head on something and then fell into the bushes. But they just found me like in the bushes.
So you're completely passed out?
Completely passed out, and then they took me to the hospital, and I needed staples in my head.
Wow. And so what part of your head was it?
Back here.
That's good.
They actually didn't shave it, which was weird. They just put the staples in.
They staple your hair down?
Like literally like 3 days later, I was like scratching my head, pulling staples out.
Jeez. You got that Fall River urgent care?
Yeah.
Unreal. That's wild. Staples in the head is a great one. I think if there's a visible aspect to your injury that's not just the injury, that adds to the level of trashiness.
And like as an adult, again, same thing. Like as a kid, you had staples in your head. You might have bumped your head, whatever.
Right.
As an adult with staples in your head, those got there for one reason. You were drunk.
Yeah.
You were drunk and you fell.
God, I want to skip ahead to my alcohol-related injury because that is one. But I'm just going to go with a classic black eye for number 7.
Black eye's a great one.
Black eye. It was between that and fat lip, but fat lips aren't visible enough. But if you see someone with a black eye, it's like, buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You didn't open the cabinet too fast. You earned, that's an injury that you earn at someone else's discretion.
Yeah.
Wait, I now have to edit this episode.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. Black eye. What do you have after black eye?
After, let's see.
So that's number 7.
Number 7 is going to be, I don't even know if this technically counts as an injury.
A broken heart?
Like a kind of, like a herpes sore around your mouth.
Yeah, it's
like it not like a herpes simplex. You got if you got a little what do they call them? Cold sore. Yeah, cold sore around your mouth. Which I used to get them as kids. I feel like. Did you ever get them?
Yeah, but it was only after I kissed my uncle.
Really? Like I feel like
I got him as a kid. It's stress induced a lot of times.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, as an adult, when I've been doing most of my kissing, I've gotten none of those.
Most of your hot mouthing?
Most of my hot mouth, and I've never gotten one. But as a kid, I feel like I remember getting it a time or two. But if you're an adult with herpes around your mouth or something like that.
Yeah, any sort of fungus, anything around the mouth.
Yeah.
Anything that draws your eye is going to be bumped up on.
I don't know if it counts as an injury. Like it's kind of like more of a medical issue.
It doesn't. Well, we're gonna leave it as we're gonna leave it as an injury because I get what you're saying. It's visibly disgusting.
Yeah,
and foul.
And I'm just like, it's not even that it's visibly disgusting, which it is. It's also like just, I don't respect you. There's something about you where I don't respect you anymore.
You don't respect someone if they have a cold sore.
I think so. Just while you actively have it. Like if you're giving me advice and you got a cold sore, not interested, bud.
Really? That's such an interesting group of people to hate.
What are you telling me? You know what I mean? Like
right.
you clearly lack all kinds of information. Right. What could you possibly teach me?
You can't even get your lips under control. Right. It's crazy too that there's a pill for that. Just go take a fucking Valtrex and it'll get rid of your fucking cold sore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
They didn't
that.
tell you that as a kid. You just suffered and drank orange juice.
You just had your friends go, you have herpes.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I don't. I don't have herpes.
Yeah, I don't. I'm 9.
Yeah.
I don't have herpes. Thank you.
If I got herpes, that's someone else's problem. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding. Number 5. This was going to be my number 1.
Oh.
However, I think I got some great ones. Great ones. It's just a little too broad. It's any alcohol-related injury.
Yeah.
Or any injury that you don't remember is an injury that skyrockets you on the trash scale.
Which is most of my injuries.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. 100%.
Like I was just telling a story on KFC Radio, like, you know, having therapists, you know, over the years, you know, one thing they always kind of tell you is like, you know, you gotta hype yourself up. You gotta, you know, like give yourself pump up speeches in the mirror, or like tell yourself that you're good and all that stuff. And there would be mornings where I was just like, woke up still drunk as hell, looking in the mirror, bleeding. Like I don't, and I'd be like, look, man, you deserve good things. I'd be like, this is the person. I gotta have herpes simplex on my mouth. I'd be like, you're a good guy. You deserve good things. You don't, dude.
You know what else with the alcohol? If someone, the trashiest thing that someone can do to injure themselves with alcohol is like punching someone.
Yeah.
You ever have a friend who like drink and get mad and they like punch a wall? It's very college, but it's like, ew, what do you,
I was
enough?
very much that guy.
Were you?
I would like, it wouldn't be, you wouldn't
Would
know.
you headbutt?
You wouldn't know I punched the wall. I wouldn't do it in front of you, but
It's more of a at-home self-hatred.
I would, dude, my college dorm, not my college dorm, my college apartment, my sophomore year. If you looked at that when I moved out, you would be like, this is the most insane person who's ever existed.
You just get bombed and punch a wall?
I would do it sober. But like I would.
There's something satisfying about punching a wall. But I think if you wind up crack a wall out of misguided anger because you're under the influence of alcohol and then you wind up in a cast, you're trash.
Yes, and I am trash. That was probably that's the trashiest thing about me is like
you're a hitter.
There was a long time where I did not know how to control my anger.
Would you ever headbutt things?
I've headbutted a person before, but never.
Oh, it's so cool. That's so cool. What'd they do to deserve it?
You moved the chess piece weird.
Oh, stop!
It's honestly it's like the only time I've ever headbutted somebody. It was.
Are you being for real?
I was in high school. We had a hockey tournament, so we were at school during Christmas break, and the hockey team, we were like hanging out waiting to leave. I don't know. And two kids were playing chess. I was trying to get one of the kids to get moving.
You headbutted him?
He gave me some kind of gruff, and I headbutted him. I was not happy.
Good. How old were you?
I was a junior, so I was probably 16.
Old enough to know.
Yeah.
Were there ramifications?
No.
It's a code of silence.
Code of silence.
Shout out Canton Police Department. Real quick, we're going to hit the top half of this list. But first, I want to talk to you guys about Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. All use Shopify. You can get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build beautiful online stores to match your brand style. You can accelerate your content creation because Shopify is packed with super helpful AI tools. I know it sounds intimidating, AI. It's not. It's very easy to use because they're going to write your product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. And the best yet, Shopify is your e-commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Shopify does it all. If you're ready to sell, you are ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/out-and-about. 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 I'm great at reading. Huh?
Yeah, that was good.
I struggled through Kraken a little bit. I was like,
you got it for round two.
I slowed it down. I did get it for round two. All right, let's blast through these. My number 5 was alcohol-related injury. Your number 5 was herpes, or was that number 6?
That was number 6.
Okay, we have to hear the number.
No,
5.
no. I'm sorry. I've only given 7. 7 was my herpes.
7 was herpes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 is you ran over a toe with a lawnmower.
Yeah, lawnmower injury. Yeah.
Lawnmower injury. Any kind of gardening injury.
Yep.
But like. And I think that also is twofold in the sense that most of the people who run over themselves with a lawnmower, alcohol related.
Yes.
So like even like you got something stuck in the lawnmower, you're trying to get it out with your hand.
Oh.
Any lawnmower related injury. No, thank you.
Did you mow the lawn growing up?
I did. Yeah, I did. My grandfather's lawn, which was a fucking nightmare because he had one of those old school push mowers, but not like with an engine. Like it was just basically knives that span.
My dad always wanted one of those. We were like, what? Like, we're gonna mow an acre of grass with this bullshit?
I would have to mow my entire grandfather's lawn, and then I would have to fucking because it doesn't have a bag or anything like that. So then you got to go rake it all up.
Oh my god,
it was a nightmare. I hated it. I hated it until I grew to love it.
Now, I love mowing the lawn now.
Yeah.
If I go home, and of course, the second all the kids move out, my dad, who was adamant push mower, the second we move out, beautiful ride on. It was like,
I would have killed if he had just a regular push lawnmower. Like that thing is very cool.
The Toro with the assist push.
Yeah,
and if you hit a hill, the whole thing goes down and it kicks up a notch.
Dude, I did landscaping that summer. I lived on the vineyard, and there was one time we were cutting lawn in Vineyard Haven. And we had to fucking tie a rope to the lawnmower.
Oh, I know this.
And then you kind of just let the lawnmower down like to the beach, and then you pull it back up. That was fucking fun.
That is
that was
injury,
the most fun I've
like
had.
Injury prone central.
Yeah. Like,
hill's
there's
too
no
steep.
way OSHA says this is okay
No.
to attach the fucking spinning blades to a rope and hope you lower it down the hill the right
You ever
way.
see the ones where the guys, it's like a little bit sketchy, and the guys, they won't ride it up and down, but they'll ride it sideways?
Yeah.
Like, if this thing falls over, it's going to cut your head off. I didn't know that there were people who didn't, like, I used to date a guy, he had never mowed a lawn. He had never started a lawnmower. Like, he grew up in Long Island. I'm like, you've never mowed a fucking lawn?
Lawn mow, like I've because of landscaping, but outside of that summer, I probably haven't done too much like motorized lawn mowing.
Our thing was leaves. Oh my God, the leaves. It was, my dad it would rain. I think I've told you this, and he would make us rake the leaves in the rain. That way they wouldn't blow away.
No way.
So it would be fucking raining out. And my airport dad, ski dad, leaf dad would be sitting there watching us in the rain, bagging leaves. We'll work together. And it'll be like my brother bullying me bullying my sister, who's then in turn screaming. She would get relieved first to go in. And then, oh my God.
The
rain.
The rain's crazy.
The neighbors were probably like, what the fuck is going on?
But the sisters always getting away with that always rubbed me the wrong way.
My sister got away
Just
with
like,
everything.
Boys, let's go. We got to go shovel. I'd be like,
Yes.
what they want equality, they said. Like, you'd be like 8 years old having these horrible fucking arguments for why your 6-year-old sister needs to be out in the freezing cold.
I'd throw out my back as a 9-year-old, shoveling out the end of the driveway.
Dude, when you used to get it, like when you
or you catch an edge and you go,
yeah, dude, that would happen playing hockey too. You get in the corner and you'd be like, when you like, there were times where like as a like 9, I think it used to happen to me so often that I get because of hockey and shoveling, where like I honestly think it affected how I deal with death today.
I'm sorry?
I think it affected how I deal with death.
Sure.
Because I think as a child, I accepted the fact that I was going to die so many times. Like, there were times of me laying on the ice or laying in my driveway as, like, the snow fell in this quiet fall river night where I'd just be laying there like, well, this is it. Like, you're never going to be able to get another breath. So you're dying right now.
Yeah. I got that on the trampoline. I would go and I would like, we'd play popcorn. Remember that game? Oh, you didn't do it?
No.
Do you ever remember popcorn, the game? Which is the most dangerous game in the world. You have 10 kids on a trampoline, and one kid goes like in a cannonball, and if they go out, then you win. It's like if the popcorn kernel busts. So you'll go in the air, you'll launch them 10 feet in the air, and they'll land on their head.
No
Or they'll land on
way.
whatever. But I would get the wind knocked out of me all the time, just from things like that. I remember like the worst I ever got, I was jumping for monkey bars on a playground, and I was like, oh, I can get this one. I went and I jumped and it was a little too far out and I missed and the platform hit me right in the sternum and I was like,
dude, I remember being like vividly, like a street light and just laying there in the snow as like snow falls, just being like, this is where you die.
What's the most scared you've ever been of dying? Oh God.
What's the most scared I've ever been? Yeah. Sorry. I don't remember what it was. Like if it was a practice or a game, but I just remember being in the corner, hockey, Driscoll Arena in Fall River.
Sure, yeah.
And being like, I think a kid
not the Gallo, not veterans, not the Gallo.
A kid died when I was young playing hockey. Like his heart just gave out, and we had like his number retired, and I remember being like, well, it happened to him, and now it's happening to you.
Just because you were in the corner, getting bullied with a stick in your chest?
Well, like I had gone to get a puck out of the corner, didn't have my stick like angled right, so it just kind of jabbed into me there. And I just remember laying there and being like, "This is it. This is how you didn't even make it to middle school, kid."
So yeah, 5th grade. Did you ever play hockey back?
No.
Lacrosse guy. All right, yeah. Mine was I was at my sweet buddy Lloyd. You know Lloyd very well. It's a guy who talks like this. He'll be like, "Pats, how we doing?" He came to our live show in Boston, and I just made him get on stage and chug beers like 10 times in a row. That was part of the show. His wife was like, "That's not funny." I was like, "It's very funny." But I was up at his lake house in New Hampshire, and I got bucked off of which is trash, bucked off of the back of a tube, and wasn't wearing a life jacket. I was fine. I like went under. And as they circled the boat around, I had popped up, they started circling the boat around, and I felt the rope around my leg. And I was like, what the fuck? And he kind of took off, and it went, and I went under. That was the most scared. I probably went like, there was probably a good 5 feet of water above my head, so it wasn't like a quick thing. And I remember reaching down and being like, this is how I died. This is how I died. And I came up. Oh, everyone was laughing drunk. They thought it was the funniest thing. That was the most scared I've ever been of dying.
I can't even imagine that.
It was terrifying. To the point where I remember it today. I think it was probably 2013 or 14 when that happened. Dude. Lake Waukesha.
We had one. We were driving to ski. I think we were driving to Mount Snow maybe. And we were driving along this. No, we were driving to Jay Peak. We were driving like northern. And we were driving along this mountain. And the whole time it was like, no, it wasn't like the cliff and then the mountain falls out there. But there was nothing stopping you from if you went sliding, you were going off the cliff. And we acknowledged that. It was just me and my buddy driving up. And
a little bit of booze?
No booze. Stone sober. I swear to God.
That's not funny.
And like a half hour later, a half mile later, whatever it was, we just hit a patch of ice, start skidding, and we're sliding across. It was snowing hard, so there was no one on the road. And we're sliding across, and like I'm looking out the window, I'm like, that's the cliff. Like,
my God.
We're toast, dude. Like, this is it. And there for some reason at that part of that stretch of road, there was a guardrail. And so we hit the guardrail and then bounced back into the median where we ended up like settling.
What kind of car were you in? You remember?
A red like truck, an older like F-150, F-250.
Like that truck I drove up to your place.
Yeah.
Remember how big that was? Yeah.
But I was passenger seat, and my buddy couldn't drive afterwards. He's like, "You gotta switch. Like I can't drive anymore."
That's scary.
It was like it was, but again, like almost like when I was a kid, I was just like, "Well, this is it. There it is."
It's funny. I had a motorcycle ride planned after Martha's Vineyard, which I was really excited about. I was going to do like a run, like a speed run essentially up Mount Washington. And I had all planned out like mile markers. Here's where this is. Like the road's going to curve this way. I knew what I was going to say, all this and that. Then this injury happened. But there's no guardrails on, this is why it reminded me, there's no guardrails on Mount Washington. So you're 6,000 feet above sea level, and sometimes it's dirt, hairpin turns, there's no guardrails. And after this happened, my brother told me, he's like, Pat, they call me Pats. He goes, Pats, you know this is a good thing, right? I go, no, why? He goes, because you were going to go off a cliff on Mount Washington. If your knee was fine, you were going to get broadsided by a truck. You're going to go on a cliff. So everything happens for a reason. That's what I'm telling myself. Alcohol-related injury. Did you do number 5 yet? You can fire through a couple of these.
My 5 was a chipped tooth.
5 was chipped tooth. Okay, so we have some crossover there. What do you got for 4?
4 bit by a dog.
Shout out Canton PD.
Why did they bite it?
Karen Reed, the dog.
The big dog bit Karen?
No, John O'Keefe had allegedly, they thought it was dog marks on his. We'll move on. She's innocent.
Any kind of dog, like, because it means the dog didn't like you, and if there's something about you the dog didn't like, you're probably trash.
And it also means that the people you're hanging out with have a poorly trained dog.
Yes.
And if you have a poorly trained dog, trash.
Great point. Great dude.
Loud pets. A dog that barks. Trash.
Yes, dude. There's no like the phrase has existed for a long time. There's no such thing as bad dogs, just bad dog owners.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wholeheartedly agree with that, but I do think it is largely the owners. And yeah, if your dog, I have buddies whose dogs just don't shut the fuck up.
Oh my God,
like,
John Foley's dog here.
Yeah.
Do you remember we have a guy, John Foley? He's helping out with the show. His dog like ripped his couch apart.
Yeah. Yeah,
I gotta hold my tongue because I don't want to say I don't want to get myself in trouble here. But if a dog rips the couch apart, you gotta like figure out what is happening.
Yeah. I got a dog once when I was like 17. My first is at the apartment that I had punching tons of holes in. But I got to Florida. I was 17 years old, and I had never been to Florida. I knew one person at school, and my idea was like, I'm gonna get a dog. Like that'll help me down here. And I got a dog. And in like 3 days, I brought it back to the pound. I was like, what were you doing giving me a dog? I'm a 17-year-old in a new state. Why did you give me a fucking dog?
I'm sorry. I'm a 17-year-old future drug addict. I'm going to need all the free time I can get. That's a wild. As a college, I see some college kids, because I still go on college tours for work. Don't take me off those. Literally the best time of my life in the fall. You go to like a house. This is so bad. You go to a frat house. There's a dog. It's crazy. But it's trashy if someone has a dog. Joey used to say big dogs are trash. I don't know if I agree with that. I think dogs that
See, I
An
think
owner warns you about like a certain spot on their body. Oh, you could just don't pet his neck.
Yeah.
What? You didn't properly condition your animal to accept human physical touch all over its
Then
body.
why am I here, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Why do I want to risk it?
Yeah.
My friend, one of my best friends, Haley, they have a dog that's pretty big that has a little bit of a history of like biting and stuff. So they have a muzzle on it. Like if there's gonna be a lot of people in the house, whatever, just to avoid the the stress of it. That is, I think, admirable rather than just having someone risk it and go up and pet a dog and get bit.
That is admirable, but there is still like, I don't know, fix the dog, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Get rid of it.
get rid of it. Yeah,
You don't have to put it down. Rehome it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Put it on. If a
I'm not
dog's
saying-
biting everything, put it on a farm.
This isn't fucking Old Yeller. You don't have to go kill it. But
Right.
You clearly do not have the skills required to own a pet.
Yes.
And I think we've gotten, and I don't think this is a unique take anymore. I do think I was early on it, but like we've gotten way past that in society. Like there's, particularly in New York City, I think COVID, people got a lot of dogs. It's insane. It's just too much, dude. I was out to dinner probably 2 years ago.
I
now.
want a dog once I can walk.
But it was like we were out. It was me, Tommy, and Nate. I think we were at Hudson Hound or something like that. We were in the West Village.
Shout out Jen, the bartender.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But we were there for brunch. It's honest to God. It's to this day. It's seared in my memory. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. There was there's a porch. There's like outdoor seating at Hudson Hound, and there was a guy sitting at the bar who had his dog on a leash but was just not paying attention to the dog. And the dog was just roaming around and sitting on this mat right in front of the door. And the waiters were walking by and they were stepping over the dog with trays.
No. Yeah.
And I was like, you guys have some sense of pride. Tell this fucking dog to move.
Yeah,
it's
yank
insane
it into the fucking chair.
that you're stepping over a dog to step down a step with 2 trays of food. Like, tell that person to move their fucking dog or leave their fucking dog at home.
Was it a big dog?
No, it was a little dog. I actually completely disagree with Joey. I think big dogs are better than small dogs.
I do too. It was growing up next door. They had a German Shepherd named Dakota that was police trained, and my mom was always afraid of dogs. And when we moved there, we were little kids. She's like, "Hey," says to our neighbor, she's like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not really comfortable with having the dog around the kids, whatever." Tracy's like, "No problem." I say her name. She's like, "No problem. Completely respect that. Like, she's very well trained." This dog they trained 15 minutes a day with from when it was a puppy until the day it died. And it was like we would be out playing in the yard. And if someone walked by, Dakota would walk and put her body between us and the person. And she lived in a fucking cage in the backyard. 120-pound German Shepherd. And its attack noise was sss. So they would go out of town and all the neighborhood kids would go up to the cage and go sss, and go, ah! Crazy. But I agree with you.
That is also true though. I do forget that when I think about like people these days don't care about their dogs. They treat their dogs too much like a human.
Yes.
Because it's like back in the day they didn't care about their dogs either, but they left them outside. That's
and the
abhorrent
food
too.
The food. My dog ate kibble every day of its life.
Yeah.
Until it died.
Just wet food, dry food, whatever. Like you didn't.
It ate its shit.
Right.
I
have seen a dog eat his shit too. Like my friend's dog. I'm like, God damn. Dude.
I don't even know if I want to say this story. Well, we were in way back in the day. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say it because I could get in trouble, and we got to get out of here relatively soon. I'm going to go I'm going to go number 4, number 3, and then number 2 quickly.
Okay.
Number 4 is a injury that occurs with due to heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So, jackhammering, backhoe.
But those actually,
if you're using like a sand compressor making a patio, to tweak your back, trash.
It's got to be off the job.
Of course, off the job.
Off the job.
Of course,
Can't be. You're not.
If you're farting around with heavy machinery, if it's your job and you do it wear and tear on the body, that happens.
That's completely different thing. But yeah, off the job. If you're, because I've done that before with my dad. Where like we were like cutting down trees in the backyard or something like that. And I was like, dude, you don't know how to do this. Why do we have a fucking chainsaw right here? Like there was one tree that was down. This is when I finally spoke up.
Did he winch it with a rope and all that?
No,
shit?
he didn't know. That was my point. He didn't know how to do any of this. So like we were taking down little trees in the backyard, but then there was one big tree that had fallen, and he's like, let's just chop this one up. And I was like, dude, it's laying across like other trees and stuff. Like, I think if we cut it, it's going to go fucking flying. Like, let's not do that. And then he called his buddy who does this kind of stuff more.
Yeah.
he came and he's like, "Thank God you guys called me." He's like, "This thing would have thrown this chainsaw right back at you."
That's brutal. I
was
see
like,
those
"Yeah,
online.
dude, we don't know how to do this." Like,
People fall off the ladder or they get bucked and the chainsaw goes into them.
and I think that's the trashy trait is not
DIY heavy machinery injury.
but not knowing what your limits are is a trashy trait. Where you're like, dude, I can't do this. I need someone else to do this. You should be able to say that in your own head. And I think people who can't end up with trashy injuries.
Literally me trying to do a simple jab step. I can do this. I'm going to go in a similar vein. Power sport injury. Motorcycle, jet ski, dirt bike,
100%.
four-wheeler, three-wheeler. If you really want to scum it up. If you're in the Pacific North, if you're in Alaska.
Yeah, yeah,
on a
T-Rex.
three-wheeler, snowmobile. Any
snowmobile.
sort of power sport injury. Something that kicks back.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a misfire that causes an injury. Yeah, I have not. I've crashed my motorcycle one time when I was very young, but I have not crashed it since.
That's good. Yeah,
There's
you got no wood to know. There you go.
Well, they say there's only two types of riders: those that have gone down and those that are going down.
Yeah, well, that's Rosebud Baker has a great joke.
Oh, she's awesome.
About she's jealous of motorcycle riders because the thing she fears the most is how she's gonna die. Every day she just worries how she's gonna die. But motorcycle riders, you guys know already.
That's true. Imagine my first trip back. Done. They'll run this back. Give me a couple. Give me two or three.
All right,
and then I got
three
two
and
more
my
good
two.
ones.
My three is I guess it kind of goes to your drunken related DUI.
Yeah.
You get a DUI accident. You got you're a scumbag.
Quick, eat this Reese's cup so you can't tell.
Yeah, dude, we had pennies. Pennies were something that kids would say at school.
You suck on a penny?
Put a penny in your mouth. I haven't tested it. I don't know the answer, but it was an old wives' tale back in the day. And then number
Max
two,
writing it down.
Yeah, 2 was broken dick. The only person I ever known to have one, Dennis Rodman,
He broke his wrench.
broke his wrench 3 times.
And this was, I would assume, some sort of reverse cowgirl injury.
Nope. So
The
I forget how some of them happened. I think the first one was just regular fucking, and then
He was doing throttling, and that happened.
yeah,
He was clapping cheeks.
the what was the but one of them, I forget if it was the second or third, was, and I only know this because he explained it to us. He told me.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah, no, I met him. I interviewed him. He started the interview. Very first thing he said to me and Kevin was, "You guys ever seen someone get fucked by a horse?"
Then he talked about his aunt.
That was Dennis Rodman's opening line.
The worm.
He also had a person, his handler or whatever. This is at the old office. One of my favorite stories from a guest ever. He sent his handler up because the old office, the elevators opened right into the office.
It basically opened into Dave's office.
Yeah. And he sent his handler up to announce to the office that when Dennis Rodman comes,
I remember this.
he likes everyone to stand and bow. And none of us knew if he was serious or kidding, so none of us did it. And he walked in and he stood there, like, "Why isn't everyone getting up and bowing?"
I think I did one of these.
Like, what are you talking about, Dennis Rodman?
I did I did a Japanese peasant bow. Not the whole top half. I'm not bow. Shout out Mrs. Ing. That's so funny. Broken dick. Yeah, that'll.
But the second or third one was he got hard. Laid on a couch.
Must be nice.
And had a woman run from across the room and try to jump onto it. And obviously she missed. Did not land in her
Probably a
hole.
big target.
And it just snapped. And he says it makes a loud pop. And it starts bleeding everywhere.
Bleeding?
Yeah, that was what Dennis Rodman said.
Internally bleeding?
No, externally, I believe, which I don't know how that happens.
She must have been thicker than a Snicker. She ain't a lady if she ain't 280. I heard Dennis Rodman say that before. I thought it would go at the base.
I don't think. I think it was somewhere in the. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I just know it does not sound like something I want. The description to me sounded like arm wrestling, like just a pop.
God. Brutal. Dennis, just comment below. I know you listen every week. Let us know what it is. I'm gonna give my number 2, then you give your 2, and then we'll do.
No, that one was my 2. Broken dick was my 2.
Okay. My number 2 is boiling water. A burn from boiling water. My pasta sauce fell on my fucking leg and burnt me. We had a health teacher back in the day who had she was the biggest. She fucked the one black dude in our grade. It was hilarious. Did we have to
Really?
cut that? No.
No.
She burnt herself on pasta sauce, so she'd wear these slutty little like booty shorts to school every day. Little did we know she was trying to just seduce the children. But I think there's something about like a water burn.
I
that
honestly
just fucking is trash.
haven't even heard of that.
Someone getting burnt by water?
I mean, I guess I have, but boiling. If you got boiling water, you got no business teaching kids home ec.
No. Oh, you know what I should have done? This will be an honorable mention. Slip and fall.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a Walmart. You're in something. You see a wet floor. You don't see a wet floor sign, but it's wet. Slip, fall. Would have been genius. Do you want to do your number one first? Or do you want me to do my number one?
It's your show. Whatever you want.
All
man.
right. I'm going to do the number one trashiest injury to get as an adult is an injury as a result of a fireworks mishap.
Oh, what a great one.
That is, if you get injured from a firework, you are trash.
Dude.
There is no way about it.
Did I ever tell you about the kid I met who had with the firework injury?
No.
Bro, one of my favorite stories. This kid. So I went to El Salvador when I was in high school, and I went with my friend lived there, and I met her friends, and one of the kids I went to shake his hand, and you know you shake a fucking mangled hand, you feel it pretty quick. You know? So I shook his hand, and I realized that these two fingers like immediately went together, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, dude." And he's like, "Nah, you're all good, man. I
Come
lost
on, my
these
strong
two."
hand.
He's like, "I lost these two fingers." And I was like, "God damn, dude, how'd you do that?" We're like 16 at the time. He's like, "Fireworks when I was a kid." I was like, "God, that's awful. What happened?" He's like, "We're lighting them off on the beach, and I just didn't throw it fast enough, and I blew up in my hand. I passed out right away."
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
"Oh, that sounds awful." He goes, "I woke up in the hospital bed under the sheets, and his hands were restricted, so he couldn't like scratch himself and stuff like that while he was unconscious. So he wakes up, hands restricted, blankets of the hospital bed pulled up to here. The only thing that really hurts is his dick.
Oh,
The
no.
only pain is in his dick area. So he goes, "Dad, what happened? My dick hurts so bad." And what they had done was they took a skin graft from there,
From his dick?
from his inside of his thigh.
Yeah.
But they used that skin graft to cover up his fingers. But his dad goes, "Yeah, you blew your dick off, you fucking idiot." And then he walks out of the room and let him sit there for 2 hours thinking he blew his fucking dick off.
He didn't blow it off?
No, his dick was
Oh
totally
my
fine.
God.
They took a skin graft from the inside of his thigh to fix his hand, but his dick was completely fine.
Oh, my God.
I was like, that's the wildest fucking story, dude. Your dad is a madman to do that to you.
Blew your dick off. You know what it is, too, about firework injuries? There's always alcohol involved.
Yeah.
There is I don't think anyone has ever lit in a firework off sober.
No one's like, who wants to hear a Big Bang sober? Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying.
Mm.
Hey, let's light off a cherry cracker. That's trash. I know the name. Let's light off a cherry bomb and just listen to it blow up. No. Oh, my God. You're number one. Did you give it to me?
I didn't give it to you.
What do we got?
I can't believe it. You didn't have it anywhere on your list. It's the obvious number one, overdose. I mean, that's the number one with a bullet. Trashiest injury you can have is an OD.
It's so true. Oh, God. One that you survive.
One that you survive or die. Either way, it's trashy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, God. The
One that you
Rolodex
survive.
of people that I knew that have done that is rolling through my head. Oh, God. Should I have to just put in memoriam from all
Yeah.
the fucking people? You know what? It was in my head, and then I said, don't say it.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
You gotta say it. It's
No,
the one.
You know, above all else on this show, we speak the truth.
Yeah.
And there is very few things trashier than an overdose. Yeah, surviving an overdose.
You just gotta go back to school a week later. Come on,
God,
dude.
I could tell stories about some of my buddies who are police officers who deal with that would probably be incriminating.
Yeah,
I'll have to tell you
yeah.
off camera. You know, not my job to play God. That kind
at
of
all.
deal. It's it's an epidemic. I mean, I'm like about to get prescribed them for my fucking
Dude,
my leg surgery.
I had one surgery when I was down in Florida.
You had top surgery, had your tits removed.
I had a slap tear in my shoulder, which I think you had, right?
I know what that is, but I didn't have that one. Yeah.
But I I obviously didn't have my parents there or anything like that, so I didn't really have anyone watching me in my rehabilitation process.
I think I know what you're like.
Dude, I got home with those pills, and I didn't take many of them, but I got home. I had the surgery on like a Sunday or something like that, and then I woke up on Wednesday. I was like, I came out. I actually didn't even go to my room. I just stayed on my couch in the living room.
Oh, they're terrifying, and they give you way too much. Even for my knee, they're like, you're gonna be in a ton of pain for like a week. I was like, all right, I'll take these for like a couple days. I took them for 3 days. I was like, no more, because by the third day, I was at my apartment watching. I had taken one. I was at my apartment watching a movie with a friend of mine, and I was just doing this, and I was like, you gotta go.
Yeah,
he's like, why? I go, oh, I'm actually on heroin right now, so I'm gonna go to bed, drink a water, and put my fucking Whoop on to make sure my heart doesn't stop.
Dude, I remember my roommates were like, or one of my roommates was like, you going to class this week? I was like, this week? What day is it? It's Wednesday. I was like, I had just been like waking up. I honestly don't even remember doing it. Like I just been waking up, grabbing a pill, falling back asleep.
I'm so nervous for the pills after this surgery. I'm not nervous for the pills after the surgery. I'm nervous for the pain. Because I had made the mistake. I don't know if I talked about it while we were rolling. I know you got to get out of here in 1 second. Like the kinetic CPM machine.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a machine that literally you put your leg in and you set it on whatever angle bend you want in your knee, and it passively moves your legs so you avoid I forget the name of the condition, that avoid getting scar tissue in your knee, and you can move it and all this and that. But I made the mistake of looking up those machines for ACL tears on TikTok to see people like do it for the first time, because ChatGPT was like, it's not bad, you'll be fine. I was like, this seems fake.
Yeah.
Buddy, do not look up recovery process for an injury that you have. It's just people in a chair going,
oh no.
So I'm like, maybe I just don't even get it. Maybe I take the whole leg off.
That sounds like very good advice, to just don't look up stuff. But I did tell you once I saw you sitting on the toilet over, you could just Ronnie Lott that thing. Just fucking get rid of her.
I might get rid of her, honestly. Maybe I'll see if I can get a DNR before I go in, too. Sir, you're a completely healthy 35-year-old. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've seen it all, sis.
Yeah, I've been here the whole 35 years. I don't know if I'm super healthy.
I've seen the sunrise in Talladega and set in Daytona.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of trash, I had a sling at Daytona 500. That was probably, I thought that was trashier than this injury. So,
that is definitely trashier.
Yeah, that was. Everyone was like, are you okay? I was in with no shirt on, a sling, a Bud Light, a cigarette, and camo overalls.
Yeah, you probably around your people there, though.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get into a pain clinic after this. Thank you, John Feitelberg.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Mac.
He is KFC Radio, obviously. Les Mascots comes out. Did you say Les Mascots?
I say lay. We don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that was confusing. August 19th.
Like the tilde in the E on lay mascots, there's no tilde on that word. We just kind of put it there because we thought it was funny.
I was like, damn, he's guys sophisticated.
No. That lay does not have a tilde in it.
August 19th. Check that out. It'll be all over social media. And we will see you guys next week. Goodbye.